Guyana is divided into three counties: Essequibo, Demerara, and Berbice. Essequibo is approximately 159,500 kilometers square and was founded by colonists from the first Zeelandic colony, Pomeroon, which had been destroyed by Spaniards and local warriors around 1596. It is a former Dutch colony founded in 1616 and located in the region of the Essequibo River that later became part of British Guyana. Before Guyana attained independence in 1966, Essequibo always had a rich history, producing a large percentage of Guyana's rice. However, the Essequibo coast has been and still is facing its fair share of problems, especially a shortage of well-developed infrastructure. When the new government was elected in 2015, the challenges in Essequibo were noted, and the APNU-AFC government has promised to deliver the good life to all. In this week's edition of Guyana 411, we will highlight some major accomplishments in Essequibo's health, water, sea and river defense, and road infrastructure. I am Renetta Lafleur. Stay tuned. The World Health Organization's definition of public health infrastructure is formal and enduring structures that support public health, having both tangible and intangible aspects and existing inside and outside the government sector. They may be directly protective of health, or they may support other activities that protect and enhance health. The government, recognizing the importance of adequate health infrastructure, has been working to upgrade existing health facilities and construct new ones in Essequibo. Region 2 is made up of riverine and lake areas with a population of approximately 50,000 people. In the region, there is one referral hospital, which is the Saudi Public Hospital, one district hospital, the Oscar Joseph District Hospital, located at Charity, and 11 health centers, 8 on the coast and 3 in riverine communities. There are also 21 health posts in the region, 4 on the coastline, 11 in the riverine communities, and 6 in the lake districts. Providing greater health access and more efficient healthcare delivery, especially for vulnerable populations, are priorities for the government. Poor health systems are often the result of shortage of trained healthcare workers, inconsistent inventory of medical supplies, and adequate surveillance systems. Regional Health Officer for Region 2, Dr. Farah Khan, says the efforts to improve the facilities and services in Essequibo will also benefit residents of other regions.
We have a maternity waiting home, which is building right now, and that caters not only for Region 2 residents, it also caters for the resident of Muruka, which is Region 1, and we cater for Region 3. So that's one of our biggest achievements that we're having for our our high-risk patients, pregnant mothers, where we're looking to have them in our facility where we can actually monitor them until they deliver, and we say they're safe to go back home. Presently, we're utilizing part of the Amerindian hostel. And so because that is not within our compound, it's been a bit of a challenge for the mothers. So that's why presently we have that building is being constructed within the compound, so we can actually send doctors and nurses to check up on them daily and to have them being checked even though they're being there waiting. We would have our doctors identify or our midwives identify these high-risk patients. And so they will refer them to our high-risk clinic, which we have every Thursday at Sadi. And from there, the specialist decides who stays, who needs monitoring and evaluation. And so we keep a close check on these patients so that we can have no maternal deaths.
Delivering adequate and quality health care to people across Guyana is not an easy task. There are communities inland and along river banks, and their residents should have equal access to adequate health care. Dr. Khan notes the challenges in Essequibo.
We have a major challenge in that area, especially in the Pomerone areas, is the timely referral of patients, especially in the night, because we have to rely on boat and the telecommunication system. And so most often the patients, sometimes they're coming out critical because of not having access to a boat or engine, or because of the economic status of the people that live in that area, they cannot reach the centers in a timely manner. So what we're trying to do is to have boat and engine located at our facilities. We give them emergency gasoline, so if the patients show up at one of our facilities, the health worker at that area can actually take that patient out to Charity, which is the closest hospital, and from there we take over. We're looking into purchasing light so that we can actually light this airstrip in the night. So that's what we're looking for in this year, and with the help of the police.
Okay.
And from the regional administration level, so that we can have a smoother, so we can have a more effective, and the time taken to get all these things together can decrease to have a timely medevac of that patient.
Dr. Khan says population growth is one factor that led to the construction of a new healthcare facility in Essequibo.
It's a new health post, the Underneaming Health Post, which is being constructed in the Little Red Village Underneaming Sandpit. And so the population there is growing, and so we've decided to put one there with community health workers. So that's being constructed presently, and that would serve that area. So we won't have, because presently we're having all these patients from that area are accessing the Suddy Health Center, which is an overburden for the health center. We'd have all the basic to have antenatal clinics, looking to put a doctor there too, because of the catchment area is big. Our delivery of service has increased because we have the specialists. We have all the specialists for each areas. And we also, recently we have a geriatric doctor. So we're lucky to have that service incorporated too along. And so, despite the GPL electrical fluctuation, which would have caused a delay in many of our surgeries or postponement, we still manage to have a lot of surgeries being done. And so our services are still going on.
In the 2017 budget, the allocation for the health sector increased significantly. Minister of Finance Winston Jordan says large sums will go towards addressing issues plaguing the health sector and upgrade health infrastructure across Guyana.
We must address these core issues, which hamper our ability to address serious health challenges such as the proliferation of non-communicable diseases, mental health, and emerging diseases such as Zika. The government will examine a multi-sectoral, low-carbon approach to development which prioritizes improvements in public health. Mr. Speaker, investment in health infrastructure and the ability to attract skilled health human resources are critical for developing specialist health services, especially in remote hinterland communities. In 2016, the Ministry of Public Health expended $48.4 million on medical evacuation services for 93 cases that were unable to be treated in their respective regions and were referred to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, the National Referral Hospital. The focus in 2017 will be on equipping and upgrading district hospitals to deliver the full suite of mandated services, as this will lead to greater equity between the hinterland and coastland. Additional specialists specializing in areas such as pediatrics, internal medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, dental and general surgery will be deployed in regions 1, 8, and 9. Mr. Speaker, the government has allocated $2 billion for the improvement and maintenance of health infrastructure countrywide.
These infrastructural developments in the health sector in Essequibo have positively impacted the lives of the residents. However, water plays a pivotal role in the health sector. In the next segment, we will look at what the government is doing to upgrade the water infrastructure in Essequibo. Just as health infrastructure is important, proper water infrastructure is equally significant. Water infrastructure such as dams, pump stations, and water treatment plants provide important benefits to society. The government, knowing that water is life, has been and continues to improve and provide adequate water infrastructure across Guyana, especially in Essequibo. Safe drinking water is fundamental to healthy lives and prosperous communities. Drinking, cooking, and sanitation are just a few of the ways we use water every day. Today, water resources development and management remain at the heart of the struggle for growth, sustainable development, and poverty reduction. In Region 2, the Guyana Water Incorporated GWI serves 9,200 customers from Supernam to Charity. These persons are served through one water treatment plant located at Lima Sands and 6 pump stations across the region. Project Coordinator GWI Region 2 Rabindra Dionarain says GWI will construct another water treatment plant to complement the operations of the Lima Sands plant and improve water distribution to the residents.
In 2017, we plan to meter the entire Essequibo coast. Now, metering is basically geared to reduce the losses and non-revenue water and increase the pressure within the area. So this exercise will commence from this month. We will commence this exercise within April, and throughout, by December we should complete. And in our long-term plan, we have plans to construct a new water treatment plant to service the northern section of the coast. That is from Paradise to Charity. But GWI now formulating the strategic plan, and when the plan is finished, then we will know which year exactly we will be embarking on that project.
Water is essential for hydration and for food production, but sanitation is equally important. A lack of proper sanitation services not only breeds diseases, it can rob people of their basic human dignity. If water sources are not protected or are unexpectedly contaminated for any reason, the quality of drinking water suffers. Dionarain explains that the company is working to address high iron content in water distributed in Essequibo.
There has been a challenge with the quality of the water from the pump station with a high iron content. The average iron content in Essequibo from the groundwater is 5 milligrams per liters. So what we did, commence in 2017, we introduced a treatment, sequence treatment at the pump stations, all 6 of the pump stations. This treatment basically improved the color of the water. So customers are now receiving water of a better color in terms of it clear, so no staining on their tiles or their toilets and stuff. Furthermore, we have divided Essequibo into 5 zones, basically to improve efficiency. In the past, we had 3 contractors attending to leaks, new service and stuff. But what we did now, we have 5 contractors responsible for smaller areas. So this helps us to react quick to leak repairs, install connections, and other customer complaints. So basically, we're improving our service and customer satisfaction from this exercise.
Water management and infrastructure is important. Without these, there are obvious implications such as low access to potable water. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), distributed systems should make drinking water available so that people do not need to travel more than 1 kilometer from the place where they will use water. Minister in the Ministry of Communities, Don Hastings Williams, says that during 2016, the government has successfully provided potable water for thousands of Guyanese for the first time. She says this year efforts will continue that more Guyanese benefit from potable water.
For the year 2017, government had allocated 2.8 billion water in keeping with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development towards achieving universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water. And I'm pleased to inform this House that come 2017, Guyana will be hosting the Caribbean Water and Wastewater Association Conference, where we will be deliberating on the opportunities and challenges of water in the Caribbean. Mr. Speaker, it is also envisioned that new wells will be constructed at Section B Sophia, Virgin Ocean, Port Dryne, Westminster, New Amsterdam, just to name a few. And in addition, water supply systems will be installed at hinterland locations including Chinapau, Matthews Ridge, Yarakita, to name a few. Mr. Speaker, solar photovoltaic systems will be installed in schools, health facilities, and government buildings in regions 1, 7, 8, and 9, and will be benefiting over 2,500 residents.
Water indeed is valuable for life, and without it, there would be no existence. However, too much water can be harmful. Therefore, sea and river defenses are necessary to keep out excess water. Though water is necessary for life, excess water can destroy life. For this reason, sea and river defense structures are important to keep out excess water. The crucial importance of sea defense in Guyana can never be overemphasized, as the bulk of the population resides along the coast, which is below sea level, and it is also where most of the economic and commercial activities take place. Therefore, great emphasis has been placed on upgrading sea and river defenses in Guyana. The underlying reason for having proper sea defense is the fact that at high tide, Guyana's coastline is below sea level. This means that our sea defenses must be properly constructed. In November 2009, the then government awarded the contract for over 17 million euros for the reconstruction of 1.6 kilometers and rehabilitate or maintain approximately 18 kilometers of sea defense from regions 2 to 6. A few years later, large sections of the work deteriorated, and in some places, the structure collapsed. Since the new administration took office, sea and river defense works have commenced in Essequibo. In 2016, over $40 million in contracts were cleared to upgrade sea defenses on the Essequibo coast. District Engineer, Sea and River Defense Region 2, Mohamed Juma explains that these works were successfully completed.
Last year, we had a couple major contracts, which was in the latter part of the last year. We had a contract in Bushlat, which was a upgrading of the sea and river defense in Bushlat Reliance, which was 925 meters of work. The other major contract what we had was in Kalin, which was 155 meters of riprap structure, also there, and with this one at Aurora here.
The goals of having sea and river defense structures in Guyana are to ensure the protection of people, assets, productivity, livelihood, and environment in the coastal belt, and to contribute to sustainable, equitable, and rapid economic growth, and to minimize erosion of land. To this end, more sea and river defense works will be carried out in Essequibo. Juma says the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, is funding a sea and river defense project which will commence shortly at Guyana, Cecilia. He says that in the interim, the region will continue to do regular maintenance to other sea and river defenses.
They plan to do a work at JC, Johanna Cecilia. So that is one of the work we pinpoint to them that could be very beneficial to the residents of to the Essequibo coast.
Why?
Because of the nature of the area is a natural defense that is there, and right now a lot of erosion taking place right on the Essequibo coast. So the place is very vulnerable right now. So anytime soon, they say they will start a work there. We have two contracts that was awarded lately. The maintenance of the concrete structure in Charity. We had some construction of some revetments in the Pomeroon River. And for further down, maybe a month or two from now, we have a contract that will be awarded to Andrews Better Hope. It's a construction of a riprap structure, 175 meters of riprap structure. And also we have a construction of a sheet steel pile work at Charity Riverfront. Our maintenance group consists of 9 laborers, which is just do maintenance throughout the coast from Charity to Supernam. And mostly what it does do is do revetments, construct revetment and backfill with either clay, sand or concrete bag walls. And we just do weeding also. Weeding to get a clear foreshore in case of we got to do any monitoring or any surveying or so whatever. So we just that's our maintenance group.
Guyana's sea and river defenses form part of an integrated system which plays a pivotal role in the protection of people, assets, livelihoods, and the environment along the coastal belt. Minister of Public Infrastructure says it is necessary to implement measures to fix most of the country's sea and river defenses.
The government of Guyana recognized the need for a comprehensive approach to managing the diverse and interrelated aspects of flood protection in this coastal zone. To this end, the Sea and River Defense Sector Policy was developed and updated last year to better reflect an integrated approach to delivering sustainable sea and river defenses along the coastal zones. This improved integration of the many overlapping multi-sectorial functions and aspects of coastal zone management will aid in efficient and effective flood risk preparation, planning, and implementation of strategic actions while fostering better harmonization with other relevant national initiatives.
The government has collaborated with the CDB for improvement in 8 critical locations across Regions 2, 3, 4, and 6. Since assuming office, the government has been working to expand, improve, rehabilitate, and maintain the road network. The aim is to reduce transportation costs, improve market access, create and upgrade linkages to hinterland communities, improve traveling conditions and road safety, and enhance competitiveness in all regions. Region 2 is no exception to these benefits. Roads are the most widely used form of transportation. Though there is the emergence of new communication avenues, a good and reliable road network remains vital. There is a very strong positive correlation between a country's economic development and the quality of its road network. The government, recognizing the importance of roadways in the rice farming region, has been working to upgrade them. Minister of Public Infrastructure says better roadways in the region will lead to greater income and financial security for the people of the region and, by extension, the country.
As Minister of Public Infrastructure, I understand how poor infrastructure can stymie growth. Hence, last year, my ministry constructed, rehabilitated, and maintained roads across the country, and more specifically here in Region Number 2. Last year, over 8,500 meters of roads were completed, totaling $146 million. For this year, the residents of Region 2 will continue to see the development of this road. In the 2016 budget, about $2.6 billion was allocated for road works, and Region 2 will receive a sizable share of that prize. For bridges, nearly $300 million has been provided for the rehabilitation and repairs in Region 2. Through improved road works, the government of Guyana will aim to expand the efforts currently underway to improve farm to market access. The focus will be on stimulating micro farms and small scale processing initiatives to see Essequibo live up to the potential envisaged for it 50 years ago. Better roadways and bridges means increased commercial activities.
Even before Guyana attained independence in 1966, Essequibo always had a rich history of producing a large percentage of Guyana's rice. Without quality roads, this work would be hindered. Further, having roads is good, but protecting them is necessary for endurance. For this reason, road safety measures are necessary. Road safety is necessary for the protection and security of all those who travel on roads. It encapsulates all, from pedestrians to animal-drawn vehicles, and from two-wheelers to all types of multi-wheel transport. Traffic accidents are a leading cause of injury in many countries, but they can usually be avoided if drivers are careful and not distracted. Therefore, road safety is important so that all drivers use roads safely and cautiously to help keep themselves, passengers, motorists, and pedestrians safe. Minister Patterson says Essequibo will benefit from road safety measures.
An emphasis will be placed on reducing road fatalities seen along the Essequibo coast through the installation of street lights, traffic lights, and the placement of better road markings and signs.
Asphalt roads are designed and built to last long. These roads are constructed in layers, with each layer playing its part in delivering the best infrastructure possible. When it's all put together, asphalt roads can handle the toughest traffic punishment. In Essequibo, due to the urgent need of asphalt roads, the government allocated approximately $200 million for the construction of this type of roads. Regional Engineer Region 2, Philip Amos, says several communities have benefited from asphalt roads. He says the aim is to make the road's surface more durable.
On the back roads, we've started to do an asphalt surfacing. Before it was a surface treatment, which was done to certain levels of accomplishment. It wasn't done always perfectly. When it's done well, it can last a long time, but in a lot of places it's deteriorated, and a lot of people are suffering big potholes and what have you. So we're looking at putting a more durable surface with a longer design life that we've established we can get trucks of asphalt across the Essequibo and maintain the temperature, which is critical to putting asphalt down. There's no asphalt plant here in Essequibo at the moment. The one that's under naming is not repairable, so we're having to bring the asphalt from Georgetown. So as long as we can coordinate with harbours, transport and harbours, and get the trucks across the Essequibo on time, we can do asphalt roads here in Essequibo, and that's been successful so far. And we've done jobs in Charity, Danielstown, Westbury, Anna Regina, Good Hope, Reliance, Pomona, a number of villages along the coast.
Since the coalition government took office, the Ministry of Public Infrastructure has been working to improve infrastructure in Guyana. Amos says the region intends to continue a number of projects that will cover the coast.
It's a general slow improvement of the coast. The main highway is in pretty good condition. Here and there it needs tweaking, it needs a little bit of maintenance, but the main highway was built, majority of it in 2001, and they did a pretty good job of it. It's lasted well, it's outlasted its design period, the majority of it, and so that's doing well. We need to do some repairs on it in the next 2 or 3 years. I can see that coming up. But the main thing is to slowly but surely improve those back roads so people have a nice smooth surface to drive on, because a lot of people are getting vehicles now, and give them so they don't have to spend lots of money on upgrading their cars, their suspension, because of all these big holes. You know, as long as the budget keeps coming in, and we can achieve that. Yeah. Now I can't tell you how many years it's going to take. It's going to take a little while, but it can be done. Yes.
These roadworks have greatly benefited the residents in Essequibo. More are on the way. Infrastructure in general is important to any economy. Health, water, sea and river defenses, and excellent road, among other infrastructures, are all pivotal for the development of any economy. The APNU-AFC government has been working to upgrade these infrastructure to provide a good life for all Guyanese. That has brought us to the end of another edition of Guyana 411. Remember, this and all other Genie programs can be viewed on our YouTube channel. You can also get updates from our Facebook page. I am Renetta LaFleur. Have a great weekend.